and welcome to episode 18 of the Dream Park series. In the last episode, we've started building the mountain right here, as well as this building right here, which I think looks really cool. And it is also the beginning of the cave system right here that will be inside the mountain, where you'll be flying through all the caves, which will look sick. And yeah, I'm absolutely loving how this is looking so far. Today, though, we're going to be focusing our attention to down here, as I saw a comment from retro_... and they were talking about basically that I should make a gift shop at the end of my exit, which I don't think I've ever done before, so I didn't actually think of doing that. But it just makes sense, so I feel like we should do that. And not only that, I also really want to change up this terrain right here, because I think in like the last episode we said that I want to change this up to make it much more rough, which I do want to do. And then I also want to add in a few trees, a few more scenery pieces, and stuff like that, you know. But before we actually do that, we got to build this gift shop. I do actually have a reference image. It looks like this. I feel like a massive tanker next to like this, really interesting. You got the triangle piece like this bug shape right here, will look really cool. I feel like it literally could just sit right here. I feel like that's a pretty good shape for it. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. And then we can just add just some interesting shapes on the top right here. Maybe we can have some wedges like this, something like that. Of course, I have to paint it the brick color. Maybe some massive gypsies right here, because why not? Then of course we'll have the massive tanker that's on the reference image right here, just to give it a little something on this side. Okay, I think this is the general shape of the building done. So all we need to do now is just detail it up, like by adding these trims on the roof right here, and then of course adding snow on them. Okay, I sort of just zoned out for a bit. And this is how it's looking. I added a few chimneys, detailed them a bit, added all the snow on. And what I actually want to do now is add the fences on the top of this tanker thingbob right here. So this shouldn't be too hard. All I need to do is just make a pole like that, flip this around, pull that out, and maybe just add a sphere on the top like this for a little bit of detail. So all I need to do now is just make sure to group it, and then we can copy and paste it like that. There we go. And it actually works. Last one, there we have it. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is actually build the supports of this tanker just by using some trusses. And should I use these? Maybe we can see how it looks with them on. I mean, it doesn't look too bad actually. I'm actually just gonna add these on the other side as well. Now I'm just gonna bring them down to the ground. Or maybe we could actually add one in the middle. Oh yeah, that's cool. I'm actually gonna yoink these windows right here and bring them over to our gift shop. Now I'm just gonna add them on the building like this. Also forgotten to add the actual foundation of this building, so I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, I finished the foundation. I think what I'm gonna do now is actually just add the final touches to the exterior, because I think it's basically all done, apart from the, you know, pipes. Every building gotta have pipes. It's not done unless there's pipes. Write that down in the quote book, you know, it's not done unless there's pipes. That's important for later in life, guys. I don't know what I'm waffling on about, but I pipe. Yes, now. Okay, and a few minutes later, this is how the building's looking like, and I love it. It fits in really nicely alongside the other buildings we've been building up. I've realized I'm saying building a lot now. But we built all the pipes. We've got a few coming out the tank right here. We've got a few coming out the building, and a few which I 100% did not copy and paste over from that building. And I've also built this sign right here, which will say gift shop or something along those lines once I've actually made that image, which we will do later on when we make all the images for this area in a later episode. Like, we still haven't even gotten an image down for the actual ride yet. Which reminds me, you guys, if you have a name, comment down below. I'm still looking for one. I like the name Frostbite at the moment, but if you think you've got a better name, make sure to comment it down below. But yeah, anyway, I like the look of the exterior. Let's move on to the interior. And I think all that really needs to go in here is obviously a few shelves of items on them. And there it's actually buy the gifts and lights, I guess. That's about it. First of all, let's change this flooring up to maybe like a carpet. Is there a carpet? There's an asphalt, which looks a bit more like a carpet. We also have to get rid of the fact that there's like support beams going straight through the wall right here. And there we go, there's all the supports gone. And now this doesn't have to be too crazy because it is an interior. I don't want to focus all of my attention on the interiors. I want to make them look at least nice and then move on, you know. The main focus is of course the exteriors, because that's what everybody's gonna see. Nobody's actually gonna see this unless if they walk through this. I'm gonna make the cashier's desk right here. Okay, it's like that, and then we just need to make the cash register real quick so people actually know what this is. Literally something as simple as that. I could spend hours on it, but I'm not gonna. Alright, now I've got to add some shelves. I think what I'm gonna do is actually something like this, maybe, where we have angled shelving like this, and then maybe it's just blocked by that. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna look sick. And then we just copy and paste that alongside this wall. And I also want to build the like cylindrical one. Why is the camera all wonky? Okay, this is how it looks, right? Something along these lines. I don't know what I've just made. No, this is not right. Okay, I'm just gonna go something like that. Nothing insane, but it gets the job done. I feel like all that's left to do is just to add a few tables here and there. Okay, there we go. Very basic. But once again, guess gets the job done. But it doesn't look too bad, and I just need to actually yoink some of these lights from the other building and then just whack them in here. Okay, there's the lights, and now I just need to do the final touches, which are just some pipes on the ceiling, and of course all the stuff that's gonna be in the shells. So I'll see you when I've done that. Alright, and a few minutes later, this is how it's looking. I've changed a few things up, like the flooring's a bit different and the pipes are in as well. And also I got rid of this thing in the corner, but it's still there on the outside, which is nice. But it's time to actually add in the items to buy, and I think the first thing that I'm gonna add are ducks. We gotta add the ducks. We're gonna have some evil ducks, we're gonna have some normal ducks, like that. And I'm just gonna add some spherical balls inside of these to just act as if they're like, you know, plushies or stuff or whatnot. Then we can color them up to be whatever we want them to be. So this could be blue, for example. Oh wait, it's already blue. I'm just gonna do this here and there throughout some of these shelves right here. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Now, I really don't know what could go on this table, but I'm just gonna put some balls there as if it's supposed to be something. What that something is, I have no idea. There we go. I also am just going to get rid of these like that. I'm actually gonna have it so these are holding up like some of the park branded like mugs or stuff. That costs like 50 quid or something, yeah? Something like that. I feel like we could have a nice white blue sort of theme going on. So that looks quite nice. Let's just copy and paste it like this. And it's just gonna be a massive wall of these. Like so. That looks really cool. And there we go. I filled up the other two tables with just copy and pasting these balls over. And yeah, I really do love how this looks. I'm gonna say that's it for this building. Gift shop done. It's time to move on to what I want to do for the next part of this video, which is transforming up this area. It's looking a bit blank, it's looking a bit bland. What I want to do is add some trees and change up the terrain. Okay, after playing around with a few bits and bobs right here, I've just done a small portion of what all of this will soon look like. And it's basically just a lot less flat and much more interesting to look at. You see, we've got these default circular rocks right here alongside the other default like square rocks, if I can actually select it. Like this, as you can see, all scaled and rotated. Then we also have Haz's trees right here, which I just think look amazing. And I actually did try and give building my own trees a shot, but they don't look as good. They look nowhere near as good. And well, to be real, they didn't even look good at all. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Haz's tree pack right here. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to use it. Now, don't worry, I'm not gonna use blueprints for everything in this park. These are literally, I think, the only two blueprints I've actually used. We got the letter kit and then Haz's tree pack. I know some of you guys may be not alright with that. Do let me know if you're not. But I mean, if I build my own trees, it would not. It would not be good. So yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna go with. I really do like it. So now I just gotta expand it all, basically all here. All where there's snow, there's gotta be the new terrain. So yeah, let's do this in the form of a time lapse. Let's get it. Alright, and a little while later, I finished all the terrain right here. I really like it. Once again, it's just all the rocks right here. All the default rocks just placed around, rotated, with Haz's trees placed right on top of them. I've actually added some smoke emitters right under the ground here. And as you can see, like that, it just gives a little bit of a mist fog effect, which I really love, especially when you're looking at it from up here. It just brings it all together so nicely, and I love it. You can see that I did miss some spots just because these areas aren't done yet. There's another spot over here as well. Like the truck's going over. I don't know what's going to be there just at the moment. So I thought I'd just leave those empty, but everywhere else is basically done. Okay, so what I want to do now is actually really quick, just do what we did at the wasteland area, and is just add a little bit of like edge around the, well, edge of the terrain right here, so it doesn't just like fall off like this, just cut off, slice. So just a little something like this should be alright. Alright, there we go. As you can see, it just makes it look a whole lot nicer. The blocks just going all around it. And yeah, that's the terrain done. What I want to do now is actually the path right here. I didn't do this until all the way on the end of the wasteland area, but I wanted to add some benches and some park lights right here, but in, of course, the dieselpunk theme. Now, if we actually head over to the wasteland area, you'll see that the lamps are used over here with the classic lantern on it to fit the theme, and then the benches are a bit more interesting. They're, of course, wooden, because it's western, you know, and we've got a wheel on it, so I want to do something pretty unique like that. The first thing that comes to mind is a gear, but I don't want to just copy the exact same design that we did with the bench over there. So I'm going to think about it, and I'll see you when I've thought about it. Yeah. Alright, I've got this really really sick idea. I don't know how well I can pull it off, but it's pretty simple. It's basically 2 pipes with a slab of metal on top of it, basically. I've got no reference image for this, but I feel like this will look sick. It's just literally 2 pipes like that, holding up a piece of wood. Got my mannequin here just for a sense of scale, so I don't build this bench too big. There we go, that's 1 pipe done, or I actually just need to add these rings on it. Okay, so like that looks pretty good. Now what I'm gonna do is just copy it, and we of course need the actual part where the people will sit on it, and then we just need the back part of the bench as well. And I actually want to add a few details to make it look a bit more interesting, like I don't know, whatever these are. I also want to make it so that it is actually attached to the base, of course, by using pipes. Oh, we can actually make some smoke coming out of one. Oh, just like that. And if we just make it pulse as well, like that, look at that. And there we have it. That is the bench basically done. And I really like it, actually. I think it'll fit in really nicely, so let's add it. I'm only going to add these on this side because the other side will be a completely different theme. Alright, there we go. Those are the benches in. And now it's time for the lamp. Once again, I think our best bet is probably just a big old pipe. Simple shape like that. And then what we can do is just have it so the pipe turns like that. Then we can literally just add a light orb out in the open and just have it hanging on by a thread. And we can actually maybe try out something like this around the light orb just to make it look a bit more interesting. I'm going to detail the pipe. And then we of course need the classic yellow color that all the buildings have. And then change the color of the light orb to that. Okay, I added a few pipes to it and I think that looks a bit better. Not really sure what I can add to a pipe to make it more pipe-like, but I feel like this is quite good just for a simple lamp. Maybe we could try changing some of the pipe colors, yeah? Something like that, sure. Let's group it up and copy and paste it over. Oh yeah, that actually kind of looks sick. I like that, actually. Alright, we're back today. We can delete this pipe now. And the final thing that I want to build is, of course, bins. We have benches, we have lamps, we need bins. And while building the lamp, I actually saw something pop up. Something that is an oil barrel. And I also think someone mentioned this in the comments. I can't remember who off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen right now, saying that I should add something along the lines of oil barrels. I feel like having an oil barrel as a bin just makes perfect sense. Pretty simple. It's just the oil barrel, and I put a primitive on the top, like I've done for all these tankers. Make it look like it's actually, you know, empty inside, or it's hollow on the inside, even, I should say. I'm actually going to add stuff on the inside of this bin. Just a few spherical balls like we did in the gift shop. And actually, talking about the gift shop, what if we add one of our cups right here? I don't know why someone would spend like 50 quid on a cup, then chuck it away. But who knows? We might have some millionaires in this part. Alright, so let's add this around now. We should really add one in the gift shop itself, because why not? Let's actually add an oil barrel that is fallen over right next to the bin, just for a little decoration, and so people actually know what this is for sure. I feel like this is definitely coming together really nicely. It's definitely like the area as a whole is definitely, it looks so sick. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's going to be it for today's episode. If you guys have any cool ideas that you think could fit in this area, remember it's a winter diesel punk theme, and make sure to comment down below. I read all the comments. I love reading them. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, see ya!